It is our weekly insane SGC Slab showcase video. I guess we can call it a showcase video. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. It is another day, another video. We are back. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit late today getting this out. It's been a crazy one. If you're new here, please hit the big red button down below, the subscribe button. If you like what you hear, the like button. And also don't forget to connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad. And I'm also on Twitter, the SportsCardDad. All right, this is a show I've started to do weekly. I believe we're on episode 3 now. And what I'm doing is basically pulling slabs from the Facebook group, SGC Buy, Sell, Trade, a group that I'm a part of, and basically just asked like, hey guys, does anybody want to share some cool SGC slabs on my YouTube channel? And I thought, hey, this could be kind of a fun weekly show to do. And I have gotten some really, really good feedback from it. So here we are. We are back again for another one of these videos. And if you do have SGC slabs you're proud of, feel free to connect with me on IG. Reach out to me there. That's probably the fastest way to get me, and we will go from there. All right, so the first one is a 2020 Chrome shared by Bill S. First Bowman Auto Anthony Volpe. This is a Yankees prospect. I'm not a baseball guy, so I know you're going to kill me. Is it Volpe or is it Volpe? I'm pretty sure it's Volpe, right? It's got to be. So much baseball prospecting going on. I know this is a big part of sports card hobby. A lot of people like to try to buy these cards, these first Bowmans, these autos. And if they hit it big, if it's the next Mike Trout, then look out. You've got some big time bucks. So interesting. I know a lot of people do like the baseball prospecting, getting in early. And so I like to kind of watch these. I don't know a lot of the players, a lot of the prospects, but I do think it's interesting that people kind of follow these players. They watch the stats and so forth. It's cool. Josh C actually hit me with something different. We were looking at cards inside the group, and he shows a picture of a Mike Tyson punch out with NES cover and a signed glove. He saw my picture back here that's signed by Mike Tyson, and he was like, hey, I've got something cool like that. His is actually really cool because it's got a signed glove. I really like his little setup there. And then, of course, the original NES. I collect NES games, the complete in-box stuff, and so I love that. So big time nostalgia thing. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing, Josh. Going to some vintage baseball, William showed off his 1956 Topps Willie Mays in an SGC4. Classic vintage baseball, and those 50 sets, man, they are popular. People love their 50s baseball, 50s and 60s baseball sets. My gosh, I mean, as far as just the vintage hobby in general, the vast majority of those vintage sales have to be baseball, and then of the baseball, the 50s and 60s sets. So it's always cool to see these, and especially kind of those mid-grade copies. Keegan shared a Saints player, Ian Book, 2021 Donruss, the rookies auto. It's an a 10 auto grade and a 9.5 SGC card grade. Ian Book, so there was a lot of talk around Ian Book. I believe he played at Notre Dame. He came to the Saints. He had kind of an up and down preseason. We ended up letting him go, and he just got picked up by another team. There are people that have spent a decent amount, especially on some of his Prism stuff, a pretty serious amount in some instances. And so I hope that Ian Book can turn it around. Just like with baseball prospecting, there's a lot of football prospecting on the quarterback side, especially. And Ian Book, he might be a second string, third stringer somewhere, and then who knows? Maybe he comes out of nowhere and he is a starter. And I don't know. I don't play in that game, but I thought it was cool. I was hoping for him, and it just didn't work out for us in New Orleans. Hey, we'll stay on New Orleans Saints players. I'll actually throw up one of mine, and one that I just graded with SGC here recently, and it is a Alvin Kamara 2017 Orange Prism, numbered out of 275. I've had this card for a good bit, and I've been just thinking about, should I grade it? Should I not grade it? And I ended up grading it, got an SGC 9.5, was really happy with that grade, frankly, because it is not, obviously, those 2017 Prism cards, we know from the Mahomes rookies and some of the Brady's, it's not necessarily the easiest grade. There's surface issues and different things on those cards. And so really happy to get that 9.5, and still not sure what I'm going to do with it right this second. I've got some other nice Kamara stuff like autos and different things. So I might end up selling that one down the lines at some point, but we will have to see. Let's go non-sports culture cards, if you will. 2021 Top Star Wars James Arnold Taylor, auto grade of a 10 and a card grade of a 10, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is from animated series, so I believe that James Arnold Taylor must be the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi because obviously it's Ewan McGregor that's playing him in the live action stuff. So James Arnold Taylor auto, and it's a purple numbered out of 99. The Star Wars stuff has really gotten hot over the last few months. You hear about the big super refractor deals and this and that or whatever. So Star Wars, obviously, it's an iconic brand. It's IP that just won't go away and has been around for the last 40 plus years. So Star Wars cards kind of getting their day in the sun. Will that continue on? I think it's very interesting. There are some really cool Star Wars cards that are numbered, that have autos. So there is cool stuff out there. I don't own any of it, but I definitely like it. I respect it. And I forgot to mention, Star Wars card was shared by Brandon L. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Next is the 2019-20 Silver Prism Zion rookie card. This, of course, a guy that everybody's watching leading up to the NBA season. Is Zion going to play a full season with the Pelicans? The Pelicans look pretty good out there in the West, and a healthy Zion sure would not hurt. This, of course, being a card that's just been kind of overlooked. This Prism, especially the base Prism, there's a million of them out there, and the Silver Prism as well. There's a fair amount of those out, graded across a variety of companies. This card does look good in a tux in the SGC 10, so I know that there is just a lot of question marks around Zion. Is he going to finally turn the corner and really kind of play consistent basketball? This one was shared by Mike D. He also had another really, really sweet card, a 1998 The Rock Superstars auto grade 10, and the card grade was an SGC 8.5. I believe this was a silver ink, and it has to be pack pulled auto for it to get an auto grade through SGC. So it wasn't a in-person auto. So I thought this was a really, really cool card. I don't collect wrestling cards, but I know that's a thing. People do collect them, and I just thought this one kind of struck me as, man, this is a really, really nice card. All right, and last but not least, we're going to Josh. He sent a pic of a really cool card, 2022 Gypsy Queen Griffey Jr. It's missing the back plate or plain plate. And Josh said this is 1 out of 4,125 packs, and he's got an SGC 10 on this puppy. Beautiful, beautiful card. And I love seeing that. I love when people share a card and there's pack odds attached to it. If you can kind of give some sort of an idea of the rarity, because, for me in particular, I don't know a whole lot about that particular set. And so when I see those pack odds, it's like, man, that's really cool. It kind of gives some context to that particular card, because there are a lot of rare cards across a variety of sports, different sets, and it's just figuring out like what is what. So I love that. And the look of the card, it's like right after Griffey just took a big swing, the classic, stance and everything. Obviously one of the purest hitters of all time. I mean, he had the most smooth swing ever, the kid. And so just a really, really cool card from Josh. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. We will keep these going on a weekly basis. It's fun to kind of go through different slabs, different cards, just kind of see what people are collecting. It's cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.